Hey, it's Zach. Grab a snack because today we have another awesome plugin release for you. Before we get started on today's release, just want to remind you that there are 3 days left to take advantage of our product launch special pricing for Ocean. $500 a month, and that locks you in forever. Alright, let's get to the release. You'll notice I got two windows open. The first thing we're going to go over today is going to be the scrubber tool with the drag and drop functionality. So if we select a few loans over here in the pipeline, we hit the scrubber tool, and we select our scrubbing profile. And what's going to happen is each of these loans is going to be opened, and the scrubbing profile will be applied. As it's running, it'll tell you how long things are taking, about how long it should take. So you can see these are both been scrubbed now. If we go into our loan scrubber settings, you can see that for this test, all we did was we blanked out these three borrower fields. But you can set this up to set values or not, or blank values, however you want to do it. The second part of this tool is going to be the drag and drop functionality. So let's say you're over here in production and you want to drag some of your loans over to test, and then you want to scrub them. So let's grab a couple loans, drag them over to test. So first it's going to extract the loans from production. Now those have been extracted. Now it's going to work on the import. The import does take a little while, usually about 20 seconds per loan. And the reason it takes so long is because not only is it pulling over the loan, but it's pulling over all of the documents and everything that's contained inside of the loan. Now that the loans have successfully imported, we can again come down here, select a scrub profile if we want to. You don't have to. You could X out at this stage. But then we'll go ahead and hit scrub. And now that we bought these loans over and imported them, you can apply your scrubbing profile to get rid of, all the sensitive data. That's it for the scrubber tool. Next up is going to be the new MERS auto registration tool. So if we go over into our plugin management and go to configuration, this MERS registration tool now is going to allow you to set this up to automatically register MERS whenever you're ready. How it works is you're going to set up your rules. The rules are going to consist of whether you, what authorization you want to use, the coded condition that when this rule you want it to run, give your template a name, and then all of the different properties that you normally can set with a template will be in here. To set up logins, click the Set Up Logins button. Again, this is going to be the name for the login. It's going to be whether this is for test or production URL for MERS, and then your org ID and password. And that's it. After this is done, there will be a custom field that gets set, which is in the info tab. And you can use that to tell whether the MERS registration was successful, or if there's an error, it'll say error and spit out the error for you. Next up is going to be our field set sync tool. So the way that this tool works is on the left, you have your rules. You have whether the rule's active, the name for the rule, the coded condition, when this should run, and then the trigger field. So in this instance, we're using the 1113 paid to just as an example for the trigger field. The first column for all your rules is going to be your trigger field, and the values are going to be what trigger all of this row's changes. So if new HUD X1080 changes to Farmers Company, then all these fields, these three fields will get set on this row. If it changes to Test Company B, then you'll get these three fields to set. You can use this to take advantage and replace a lot of the code in your system for a lot of templates and things like that. This makes it a lot easier to see and control. Yeah, so that's it for that tool. Next up is going to be modifications to the batch tool. So if we click on, let's just go ahead and use this report. And if we go ahead and hit the run batch button, The difference now you'll see is now we get a cancellation, we get a progress indicator, how long things are going to take. And so yeah, this is a very good visual enhancement that was requested. Go ahead and hit stop. All right. Next up is going to be the loan menu. All right. So for the loan information section, let me open up the configuration. So even if you have these fields set for, let's say, post-closer, if there is a persona access to field rule that says that this field should be hidden, then they will also be hidden from loan information. Now, that was another customer request, and that is working perfectly. Last up is going to be print services view. It was requested that there wasn't information in the information tab for it. That is up now. Even if you haven't seen the print services, let's go ahead and open it real quick here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and just open up Optimal Blue. Oh, okay, now that's loaded. I'm just going to go ahead and hit this new print button up here. What that's going to do is that's going to take a screenshot. In the configuration for this plugin, you can specify where you want that to go, which bucket. And there you go. There we have our screenshot. So this will take a screenshot of everything, the entire page in the services tab. That's going to be it for today's release. If you have any ideas or you have any issues, don't forget to use our portals. We are looking low on ideas right now. We have completed most of them that you guys have asked for. So please, by all means, keep submitting, keep submitting. Have a great weekend.